What's up, everybody? So you're probably wondering why I haven't posted for about a week and a half now. It's because all of last week I spent shoveling dirt and laying sod for my brother's wedding that was this last weekend, which was a huge success, by the way. It was a super fun night. I don't think they could have been happier how the night turned out. But anyway, now it's time to get back to the grind. There's a lot of work that piled up over that week. All the family was here from out of state. My girlfriend came up for 6 days. It was just really busy. And so anyway, it's time to get back to the grind. I figured my subscribers come first. So today we're going to be showing you the brand new parts that I have for the CX500 build so far. I will probably be ordering more parts as the build goes on, but this is what I have right now. I have them in my possession, so let's get to it. So let's start off with the cosmetics. In my reveal video for this bike, I did mention that the previous owner mentioned to me that he did drop it, so I figured I'd just replace some of the cosmetics that needed to be replaced. Starting it off with the valve cover. I got a used valve cover from a CX500. I think it was $17 or so, so really not too bad. This one does have a little scrape on it, so I wanted to get that replaced. I also have the bracket for the foot peg on the right side. It is a little bit bent from the previous owner dropping it. Next up, we have brand new forks for the CX500. I say brand new meaning used. I actually got these. I got these for $33, and I figured at the price, why not just get them? And if these forks on the bike do need to be replaced, I have them in stock, so that will make life a little bit easier. Okay, so as far as maintenance, I have some Honda shaft drive oil to replace the shaft oil. I did look in there in the little viewing hole and it was pretty dirty, so not a big concern, but I do have new stuff to fill it up. Okay, so going along with maintenance and things that I'll have to replace regardless of what we do to the build with new parts, got a bunch of brake pads. These came in sets of 4. I only need 2, but we got brake pads here. We got 2 brand new spark plugs for the CX500. We got these for like, I don't know, $5 or something. So I figured I'd just replace them. We do have a CX500 stator. Let me pull it out of the box for you. Okay, so we have the stator. The previous owner mentioned to me that the charging system on this bike was going out. So I figured it was probably stator, and the battery doesn't hold charge, and when I ride it around, it doesn't charge batteries well. I figured stator probably just took a crash and is not working anymore. So I figured I'd just pick one up. This was like, I want to say this was $50 for the CX500 just because it's an older bike. You can't really find too many of these, but it is brand new, so I'm sure it will work for many years to come. All right, we also have the titanium exhaust strap that I actually used for the XL100S build. Same stuff, because I freaking love that look, and it's going to go along with this color scheme that we're doing very well. So exhaust strap, I'll probably have to get another roll of these, but we'll see. And lastly, for the maintenance and things I'll have to add to make this legal, the bar end mirrors. Let me pull one out for you just to see what I'm talking about. So these are bar end mirrors. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to be doing one bar end mirror just on like the clutch side, or if I'm gonna do both. I'm not sure. We'll figure that out as time goes by, but I do have these bar end mirrors for when I need them, so that will make life a little bit easier as well. So the bar end mirrors will go on these beautiful Clubman handlebars. These are actually the same model Clubman handlebars that I used for the XL100S build series. They freaking rock. I literally just love the look of these, the gloss black finish, and they just are super awesome for a good price. Of course, I'll be linking everything in the description below, but yeah, so bar end mirrors, they're pretty sick. They really improve the look of any bike, that is for sure. Okay, well, next up, as you guys have already seen in another video, the designing and Photoshop video, the cafe racer style hump seat with the red saddle and the black exterior around looks amazing. I just need to figure out how to mount this. I'll probably be getting a frame hoop when I start actually figuring that out, and if I figure out if I'm going to do the mono shock versus dual shock, probably just keeping it how it is, but we'll see. So here's the seat. Freaking awesome. The material's actually really good. I was so surprised because this seat was like $50 or $45 or something. So yeah, I was actually very surprised. It's a very cushiony seat. couldn't beat it. So anyway, that's the seat I have. Next up, and my personal favorite addition to any build. Hold on, there's a wasp on camera. Get the f out of here, man. Next up, and my personal favorite addition to any build, is these mufflers. These are the high flow MGO mufflers, but they do come with baffling inside, so it won't be ridiculously loud like a straight pipe like you hear a bunch of Harley riders doing and it just blows your ears out. So these will tone it down just a little bit, but give it a beastly sound. So these are gonna be legit best addition to any build you can do. Just the final touches, I do have the grips for the handlebars, nothing special, but I did accidentally order an extra set of these for the XL100S, so I figured I'd just throw them on here too. They're actually pretty sick, and they were $5 when I bought them, so you know, I'm just gonna use them. We're gonna go with that. Plus, if I need new ones eventually, dude, they're like $10 and I can just switch them out in like 10 minutes. So no big deal there. Also mentioned in the Photoshop video for this bike, I do have the speedometer, odometer combo with all the neutral, high beam, and turn signal lights already included. I don't think I'll end up getting a tachometer for this bike just because it's really not necessary. It's easy to feel how much power you have left in the throttle cable, so not a big deal. But here's this, nice and small. I think I'm just gonna center that bad boy up right between the handlebars. Gonna look sick. Next up is the flasher relay. Nothing special here. It is for LED because that's what I'm going to be converting this bike to. LED electronic flasher relay. You can control the flash speed right here on this bad boy. So I'm sure this will work. If it doesn't, I'll just get a new one. It's not a big deal. Okay, next up I do have the strip tail light. I freaking love these bad boys. I actually already have this one soldered up and labeled for my convenience. So I'll probably end up using this one, but I also do have an extra integrated turn signal LED light, brake stop light, plus license plate lights on the bottom there combo here. So I probably will not end up using this. I'll probably use this, but we'll see as time goes on. Okay, and last thing I have right now is just the battery I bought for it. It's a little bit dusty because it's been bought a long time ago, and I've been using it to test out various 12-volt components as I was getting all this stuff and figuring it all out. So battery, that should work fine. Plus I probably will not be putting the stock airbox back in this bike. Really doubt I will. So I will want a smaller battery. This bad boy will probably do the trick just fine. So I have it here just in case I need it. Okay, I think that's it. I do have a few miscellaneous things inside as well. Just, you know, the oil for the bike, just miscellaneous this and that you don't really need to know about. That's pretty much all the parts I have for now. The plan on this bike is not to rip it totally apart like I did the XL100S down to the engine, taking the engine out of the frame, all of that. I don't think that will be necessary. I want to keep the silver of the engine as it is, so I don't think I need to rip it all apart just yet. The black finish on the bike is actually pretty solid. It's not really rusting away at all, so I think I'm just going to leave it as it is, but repaint as necessary when I need to put the frame hoop on and just cut a few things off. So I think that's the plan. I want to do this one just a little bit faster than the XL100S. That one took literally so far. I think I started it back in January and it's now August, so it's still taking a little bit of time. It's kind of sat here because it's pretty much finished. So I'd say about 4.5 months of actually working on it casually did I finish this one. I want to get this bike done much faster than I did the XL100S because to a certain extent I just want to ride this bike. I rode it home. It's a super fun bike to ride, and honestly I don't think it's gonna make much of a difference at all if I just rip the whole thing apart and then do some work on it, then put it all back together, as opposed to just leaving it kind of as it is now, adding the components I like, repainting as necessary. I really don't think there's gonna be too much of a difference between the two outcomes either way I do it. So I'm just gonna probably not rip it apart too much. Plus the CX500 is pretty cool in the sense that most of the parts are just replaceable with the engine still in the bike. So I won't really have to replace, you know, too much by taking it all apart. So I can just leave it as it is and put all the cosmetic parts and a lot of bolt-on things on the bike. Super easy, super fast, and so I'm planning to do it that way. And of course there are still a few parts that I will be needing to order. For example, the tires on this bike, The back one's not worn out, it's actually pretty fresh, so I probably will still end up changing that one just because I don't know where it's been, what it's been through. The front one definitely needs to be replaced, there's no tread on it. So I'll probably just order a set of new, probably a little bit fatter tires for that cafe style look. Since everybody in my last build series was hating on it for not having fat tires, I'm like, what the like, I'll put some fat tires on this one, you guys can just stop complaining, okay? I know it's not my subscribers because you guys all love me, I know that, but yeah, there are a couple things that I need to order still. And as time goes on, I can start figuring all that stuff out and placing those orders as necessary. So yeah, that's the plan. These are my parts. Well, these are the bike parts. Alright guys, well thanks for watching. Happy Thursday. Super glad to see you guys again after a week and a half. I hope you really enjoyed that internet sensation video, 23 years old. I think that was a major hit. I think 5150 will sponsor me after they see that I've abandoned them. Now they'll want me. So, alright guys, I'll see you in the next video.